let me just say this right now. If the fans want Hulk Hogan to come for me, then I will let Hulk Hogan come for me. You know, but we got to do it in front of a big audience, a lot of children. That's the only way I think it would make sense for me to let Hulk Hogan come for me. If it's in front of kids and also for charity.
It's hardcore. It's uncensored. It's On Your Mark with Mark E. Xtreme.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for a WrestleMania extravaganza-sized episode of On Your Mark. I am your co-host, Skeeter Skyflyer. I'm a wrestler in training, and someday maybe I'll go to WrestleMania, but I wouldn't go unless I have my best friend in the world with me, who's a champion, and he's the greatest, and he's a WrestleMania main eventer in the wings. In the wings. He's Marky Xtreme.
I don't know. I don't got wings. I don't need wings because I can fly without wings. And Skeeter, I hate to break it to you, but you're never gonna go to WrestleMania because you're a little bitch. But ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mark. Hey, Xtreme, 15 plus years undefeated backyard wrestling entertainment champion and owner. And on top of all that smooth ass, sexy ass, WrestleMania ass shit, I am the host of On Your Mark. And for years, we've been giving you the best wrestling content on YouTube. And you're now getting the best wrestling podcast on the podcast airwaves, because every Wednesday via Dragon Wagon Radio, we are deep diving into topics and giving you perspectives like you've never heard before, because there ain't nobody that can give you the perspective like I can, because there ain't nobody that's seen the things I've seen, there ain't nobody that's done the things I've done, and there ain't nobody that fucked the things I fucked, because I am the man, the 15 plus year undefeated backyard wrestling entertainment champion, Mark E. Xtreme.
Do you need a glass of water?
After that, yeah, I've got some right here.
Yeah,
Water day.
Uh-oh, somebody's a grumpy Gus.
Yeah, water day sucks.
Why just one day? Why not have a little bit of water every day?
That is, who does that?
I think the entire planet.
Yeah, okay. There's no possible way people can drink water every day. It's disgusting.
Well, today is not disgusting because we're talking about one of the most epic WrestleMania matches of all time from WrestleMania 3, Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm actually, you didn't disappoint me this week, so that's a plus on the check plus column. It's good job, Skeeter. I'm looking forward to diving into and giving my perspective on this amazingly historic match.
I'm excited too. I think you should take some of those chunks of food off the microphone there that flew out of your mouth.
There did nothing fly out. What are you talking about?
What is that then?
Why do you gotta Why do you gotta say that?
Because
nobody knows what happens.
But I'm looking at it right now. I don't know if you want to.
Then don't look at it.
Is that gum?
It's
that
gum and it's gum and corn.
Oh, you got corn gum?
No, I chew gum while I eat corn.
Can I get in on that?
No.
Is it cream corn?
Sometimes, not today.
I want some gum corn.
No, it's not gum corn. I for some reason got a weird thing. I like to chew gum while I eat corn.
Oh, that sounds so good.
It's fucking fantastic.
Can we get a sponsor of that?
What would the sponsor be?
Gum corn.
Orville Redenbacher?
Yeah. The guy that made the aeroplane.
I would love Orville Redenbacher to be our sponsor.
That's great. Let's get some gum corn in here.
We're over 50 episodes into this, and you haven't gotten us one of the big fucking dick pill sponsors like we set out to get. And we're tangenting here.
I have a problem writing to them because I feel like no matter what I write, it swears. So I don't want to finish those emails.
What are you talking about?
Because it's all about wieners.
That's why you haven't sent an email to them?
Yeah.
You're fired. Continue this episode.
Thank you to Dragon Wagon Radio for hosting this show and keeping it uncensored. And go to Apple Podcasts. Be sure to rate and review the show on there because maybe that's where you're listening. And when you do that, you leave a 5-star rating and review. Marky Xtreme will pick out his favorite and give away a free t-shirt. Right, Marky Xtreme?
Oh, and it feels like Christmas because it's time. It's time. It's Marky Xtreme time to give out a free fucking shirt. It's that time again. So if you're listening right now, you better listen closer because you might be getting a free shirt. The free shirt for this episode goes out to Dylan Hinton because Dylan Hinton gave us this review. The greatest podcast. This is the greatest podcast you can listen to! ! Every podcast is extremely entertaining. There isn't one episode that disappoints! I don't know why I said the exclamation, but that's a great review. Thank you so much, Dylan Hinton. And to get your free shirt, email us at onyourmarkshow@gmail.com with the size and the shirt you want, whether it's from our Pro Wrestling Tees store or our onyourmarkshow.com Dragon Wagon exclusive shirts. We'll give you a free shirt, whatever goddamn one you want. Giving free stuff out to the thirsty ass bitches.
That's a great review, and I think it's all true. So you could win a shirt too. Go to Apple Podcasts, rate and review the show. Also, we got Patreon, patreon.com/OYMshow, where there's exclusive stuff there. There's exclusive content, and that's another great way to support the show, where you can have extreme watch-alongs that you see there with Marky Xtreme and myself. You can get all these episodes early. You can also get extreme shout-outs on this very podcast. Isn't that right, Marky Xtreme?
Oh, hell yeah, Skeeter. It's one of the most, let's just say, valuable perks as part of being a skid mark on our Patreon page. And the shout-outs this week are as follows. Bruce Harmeyer, Melissa Mayette, Jason K, Lame Brain, Flocka 171AC, Dylan Hinton, Tim Redbeard, Spot the Magic Ninja, Liam McLee, Rick Conley, Tom, Angela Elias, Mr. Blix, and Miguel Diaz. Well, there you have it, Skeeter. If you want to be a part of that press just list, then march your happy ass on over to patreon.com/OIMshow and become a skid mark today.
So it's WrestleMania week, and what better way to celebrate than talking about one of the greatest matches ever? Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3. That's the third WrestleMania. Marky Xtreme, where were you when you first saw this match?
I wasn't fucking born yet, dumb bitch. I was inside my mama's vagina. When did it happen again?
Well, I'll get to that. That's kind of that's a lot of gum and corn that's on the microphone now.
I'm sorry, gum and corn, the combination gives me gas.
But I think you should move the bits off the microphone. You just letting them collect there.
It's to assert my dominance over this microphone.
I'm just worried that none of the sound's going to get through because it's going to get covered.
The sound gives us the best mic in the planet.
Okay. So, well, but you've seen it though, right?
I've seen it, but I didn't see it when it was happening.
Yeah, but whenever you see a match, that's when it's happening, really. If you want to think about it.
No, that's not how fucking live television works, you dumb bitch.
I think it is, because when you watch it, it's when it happens, and you never know what's going to happen because it's happening.
So you think every time you watch the O.J. Simpson police chase, you think it's happening right then?
You talking about the Hollywood Backlot Brawl with Roddy Piper and
for fuck's sake. No, O.J. Simpson, the guy that the former football player that goddamn brutalized his wife. It's sad. It's horrible. And then he went on a crazy police chase, and it was all over the news when I was a kid. And you, for some reason, watch that police chase tape all the time, thinking it's actually fucking happening. That one.
Oh, the police chase in the car. That's a fun video. I like that. And that happens all the time. That car keeps trying to get away from the police. Every time.
It's a tape, you dumb bitch. Like,
yeah, but when you watch it again, it's happening.
So, oh my God. So if you watch a tape of Andre the Giant right now, do you think he's back from the dead? What the fuck do you think is happening?
Well, he's wrestling on TV, yeah.
Oh my God, I want to choke the life out of you.
Well, I'd like to hug love into you. Born in Pontiac, Michigan, in the Pontiac Silverdome on March 29th, 1987, this was a dream match that was never supposed to happen because Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant were best as friends. Andre the Giant was the first to celebrate with Hulk Hogan in the locker room after Hulk Hogan won the title from the Iron Sheik, and they celebrated with champagne. A little bit of bubbles.
The fuck was that?
That's what Jericho. A little bit of bubbles.
No, he definitely doesn't say it like that.
What is it? He's a little bit of bubbles.
He's saying the bubbly, you stupid idiot.
What's that?
It's another word for fucking the beer he's drinking.
Okay. A little bit of bubbles. So
No.
after you won the title 15 years ago, Mark Xtreme, what did you celebrate with?
If I can remember correctly, I went in the back. I chugged a few Coors Lights and pounded a few Twinkies.
That's good. Did anybody pour it on you? Because that's what Andre the Giant did. He poured the bubbles all over.
I
over Hulk
handed
Hogan.
them, the Coors Lights to my friends around me, and they're like, "We're all underage. We're all underage. We shouldn't be drinking alcohol." And I'm like, "You pussy ass bitches!" And then because I was also underage, I got in trouble and kind of killed my buzz. But that didn't fully take away the glory that was that amazing day in wrestling history.
That's champion celebration right there. I wish I'd been backstage for that, but I wasn't allowed.
Yeah,
That sounds exciting.
You were fucking weird back then.
Did you film it?
I don't have a tape, but there were fan cams back then that still trying to get footage. But there was one guy in the audience that was filming from a fan cam, but he was also that dude that would just he was real creepy and I don't want to see what else is on his tapes. So that's why I've been a little reluctant to reach out to him and ask him for that fan cam footage.
Oh, black trench coat guy?
Yeah, the guy in the black trench coat,
He was cool.
And the creepy lazy eye. No, he's not Skeeter. He went to jail several times for pedophilia.
Oh, well, he had slick back hair and he looked cool.
You think he looked cool?
Yeah, he looked cool. Yeah, that black trench coat.
Do you think he looked cooler than me?
No.
Thank you.
He was the third coolest in the backyard, I think.
Oh, well, you just stay away from him if you see
Ted
him.
used to wear those holiday sweaters. Your stepdad, Ted, he used to wear those holiday sweaters all year round. That was the second coolest. You're the coolest. Ted in his holiday sweaters all year round was second coolest. And then trench coat guy was third coolest.
You are such an idiot. And your taste is horrible.
On an episode of Piper's Pit, Jack Tunney, the president of WWF, came out and made a historic presentation. Hulk Hogan was awarded this huge trophy for being WWF champion for 3 years, and Andre the Giant was given a much smaller trophy for being undefeated for 15 years. In other words, Hulk Hogan was peanut butter because Andre the Giant be jelly.
What?
He's jelly.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's jealous.
Don't try to be cute.
Sometimes I just can't help it.
Ugh.
Marky Extreme, I'm always super jelly of you. Have you ever been jelly of me?
Fuck. Are you... Let me just process what you just asked me. Skeeter Skyflyer, are you asking Marky Extreme if I've ever been jealous of you?
Well, I said jelly, but yes, it's the same.
I'm not going to say jelly, so don't make me say that.
Jelly.
First of all, it's weird as fuck when you say that. I've never met a human being that can just take a normal fucking word and make it creepy.
What, like jelly?
Stop saying it like that.
What's wrong with the way I say jelly?
Stop saying jelly.
I'm a big boy. I can say jelly.
Stop. Both of those things. I mean, why do I keep doing this? Why? I'm not legally bound to do this. Why do I put myself through this bullshit?
Because no one else wants to do a podcast with you.
I've never been jelly of you.
Well, there we go. Andre was not talking with Hogan But Jesse the Body Ventura said he could bring Andre back so they could talk face to face. On WWF Superstars, February 7, 1987, another Piper's Pit segment. This time, Andre the Giant walked out with his new manager, Bobby the Brain Heenan, who was also a longtime rival of Hulk Hogan. Shocked, Hogan asked why Andre would be with Heenan. Andre demanded a world title shot against Hogan at WrestleMania, and then Andre ripped Hogan's shirt and his T-suffix from his chest, and then Hogan accepted his challenge. It was really extreme. Do you see that when Hogan was bleeding from his chest from the T-suffix?
What the fuck are you? What is a T-suffix?
The T-suffix. It's a gift that Hulk Hogan's other best friend, Mr. T, gave him.
You mean a crucifix?
I think it's a T-suffix.
Why do you think that?
Because that's on the old show with Mr. T that Mr. T go, "Hey, fool.
Stop. No.
Mr. T.
Stop.
You're feeling down the dumps.
Skeeter, stop.
You need a T-suffix."
I need to put out a disclaimer that I am in no way associated or affiliated in any of the voices or opinions that Skeeter Skyflyer says during this show.
What?
Skeeter, what are you trying to do to us?
I was quoting Mr. T.
You can't. Do you want to get canceled?
From what?
The world.
The whole world?
Yeah. Do you not understand how 2021 works, Skeeter? Are you not woke yet?
Not yet. I'm still working on 2019.
That's your problem. You got to get woke. You got to get current and realize that certain things are offensive, and you can't be offensive in this world anymore, or you're going to get canceled. You stupid fucking bitch.
What did I do that was offensive?
You can't do the voice of other people's ethnicities.
Whose ethnicities did I do?
You did Mr. T's voice.
Yeah, he's a wrestler.
He's a different ethnicity. It's like you, Skeeter, are one ethnicity.
Okay. Which
and
one?
And if you... That's to be determined. Tube fucking chemical baby. But if you do the voice of... if you imitate the voice of someone who isn't a tube chemical baby, then it is offensive.
So doing Mr. T's voice, you want me to do it again? Hey, fool!
Stop!
It's Mr.
Please
T.
stop! Please stop it!
What?
Everybody listening at home, I'm so sorry that I am not affiliated to Skeeter Skyflyer in any way, and his words and opinions are his own.
And so are Mr. T's, who gave him the T-suffix. I don't know what a crucifix is that you're talking about, but it's a little T. It's a little gold T.
Great, yes, it's a little T.
It's a little T. Do you have a T-suffix?
Yes, Skeeter, I have a little T-suffix. Yes, okay, continue.
I hope I get one someday. I love Mr. T. WrestleMania 3 is particularly notable due to the WWF record attendance of 93,173, and it was the largest recorded attendance of a live indoor event in North America at the time. Almost 1 million fans watching the event at 160 closed-circuit locations in North America, and the number of people watching via pay-per-view estimated at several million. The WWF generated $1.6 million in ticket sales, and the paper revenues were estimated at $10.3 million, setting a record for the time. Wow. What's the biggest attendance in the Thompsons' backyard that you've ever gotten for backyard wrestling entertainment?
Close to that.
Yeah?
Yeah, we've done record crowds in the Thompsons' backyard that, broken, fire codes and all kinds of things that I'm very proud of. I don't have exact
show.
I don't even have exact numbers on it on those shows. Main event was I know involved me. I don't know who else. What does it matter past that?
I guess in case you ever wanted to do a rematch or something, then people could go again.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We'll have to, hopefully look through our records and see which main event I was a part of on that one. But you know what? What other show, Skeeter Skyflyer, that's going to have record-setting audiences?
What's that?
On Your Mark Live, happening April 13th, the Tuesday after WrestleMania, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Everything that you used to love about Question Mark Live, you're getting, and so much more with On Your Mark Live. It's a once-a-month mega show starting with this special WrestleMania edition. It's going to be 2 hours. It's going to be filled with surprises and potentially some special guests, right, Skeeter?
Oh, I thought you were going to say spaghetti, but yeah, it's going to be so good. I'm so excited for it. It is going to break all attendance records. It might even break the internet. That's how big it's going to be.
It's probably going to break the internet, and if you want to be there and be a part of the breaking of the internet, well, then it's free admission, so you don't got to pay shit to get in. It's On Your Mark Live, the Tuesday after WrestleMania, April 13th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, on our YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, and Twitch.
Hulk Hogan said in interviews that he was scared that Andre the Giant wasn't going to do business that night. Now, what does that mean, Marky Xtreme, when it means that in wrestling that you're not going to do business?
Okay, rookie bitch. Basically, what that means is if, let's take, for instance, one of the experiences that we had in the past with Backyard Wrestling Entertainment, and Tim the Jewelman Taylor, who, we've had a rocky history with in Backyard Wrestling Entertainment, came in one night and, it was supposed to be business as usual. And I was going to go over him really, hard and come out looking real strong. And, one night he apparently, his words, I'm sick of this shit and I'm not doing this anymore. And I'm like, hey, what are we doing? This is business as usual. The fans come to Backyard Wrestling Entertainment. They want to see Marky Xtreme go out there and fuck shit up and go over and hold the belt high and pick up kids and touch kids but he saw it in his saw that night he wasn't going to do business as usual, and that's why since then we haven't really saw eye to eye. And, you were there and you've been there since, and things haven't been the same since with Tim the Jewelman Taylor.
Is that what they call heat?
That we do have a little bit of heat. Yeah. I mean, I got a little heat with him, and, we were supposed to go out there and get heat from the crowd and then, come in the back, and because it was in the December, get some heat from the heater.
Okay, now I'm confused. So if no one does business with you, you get heat when you're supposed to go get heat, and then afterwards have some more heat.
Yeah, you go out there, you agree to do business because you want to get heat, but you don't want to get heat with the boys because and then it's so cold you got to get heat.
So what would happen if IRS, who does business taxes, was fighting Meat, and Meat didn't want to do business, but they were supposed to go get heat with Meat, and they didn't get heat with Meat, but then IRS needed to do business, but then they couldn't go get heat, and then there's Meat, and then they got no heat on the Meat, and then they didn't do business.
Exactly.
The stars were in attendance for this huge main event. Special guest timekeeper Mary Hart, who's a host of Entertainment Tonight and married to Bret Hart, I think. Or maybe it was Bruce. I'm not sure on that. And special guest ring announcer Bob Uecker, and he was on that show, Mr. Belvedere. Now, it is nice to have these famous TV people at WrestleMania, but I don't know why they didn't get a special guest enforcer also. Like maybe they could have gotten Benson from Benson, or Duckworth from DuckTales, or even Mr. Belvedere from Mr. Belvedere.
I don't know who any of those fuckers are.
There's all butlers. I think a butler would make a great special guest enforcer because they keep things clean and they keep things in order.
Well, why didn't you do it? Because you're my butler.
But I don't have a butler suit like they do.
I'll get you a butler suit.
For real?
Yeah, if you formally right now say, Marky Xtreme, I'm your butler, and I'll do anything you ever want.
Marky Xtreme, I'm a butler. I'll do whatever you want.
Okay, great. Can I design your butler outfit?
I would be honored.
Okay, cool. This should be fun.
Are you going to do it now?
No, I'm busy right now.
What?
I'll get everybody on Twitter to design it. If you're listening to this, design Skeeter Skyflyer's butler outfit. Send us tweets. The best one will be his butler outfit.
Oh boy, this is exciting. The challenger, Andre the Giant, stood at 7'5" and 525 pounds from Granola in the French Elves versus the World Wrestling Federation champion Hulk Hogan, standing at 6'8" and 294 pounds from Fancy Beach, California. As Gorilla Monsoon said, the irresistible force meeting the immovable object. Marky Xtreme, which one was which?
That's a good question, Skeeter. Surprisingly, because you don't ask many good questions.
Thanks.
I've never thought about which is which. I mean, technically, either could be either. What do you think?
Well, I thought Nia Jax was also an irresistible force.
She's irresistible something. You're going to slap some butter on that and put it on the skillet and then ask for some hash browns because you got to get a doggy bag because when you going to be hungry later when you worked up an appetite after watching god dang cops reruns and fucking call it, you better turn on the sprinkler because there's going to be a fire in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying?
No. Okay. So, immovable object, I would think is Hulk Hogan because he's really strong.
No, now that I think about it, Andre probably just the immovable object because he's fucking heavy as hell.
I guess that's true, but then he's also an irresistible force because I can't resist him. He's so huggable.
I would not advise you to hug him.
Why not?
He'd probably bite you.
With all his little baby teeth?
Yeah.
That looks like that'd be painful. Okay, so Andre the Giant's the immovable object and Hulk Hogan's the irresistible force?
I would say so, yeah.
Oh. Which one are you, Marky Xtreme?
I am both an irresistible force and a immovable object.
Wow, that's pretty great because they couldn't be both.
Nope.
Well, let's look at a blow-by-blow of this match. The Hulk Hogan tried for an early body slam attempt, and then Andre the Giant fell on him, and it was a controversial 3 count. They say it's a 2 count, but referee looked like he counted 3, and Jesse the Body Ventura thought it was a 3 count. What's your take on that, Marky Xtreme? Did Andre the Giant win?
Did the match end there?
No.
Okay. Then no, he didn't win.
Have you ever had a controversial count where it was thought that someone else pinned you and beat you?
I've had people try to force pins on me. Go take business into their own hands again, like we've said. Tim the Jewelman Taylor. And how did that end, Skeeter?
You guys got heat.
We got heat. We went out there to get some heat, and we had heat, and then, I got pretty pissed. And then I took business into my own hands because it is my business and my company. And so I threw a little bit of a tantrum, according to my girlfriend.
Is that when you slashed his tires too?
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do to send a message.
Yeah. Well, I didn't understand that though. Cause then he was around forever waiting for AAA to show up. So he stayed there.
I'm not going to fucking fix his tire.
That's true. I don't even know how. Hogan then was fighting Andre. They're going back and forth. And then Andre the Giant got him in a bear hug. And this bear hug looked like it was going to make Hulk Hogan pass out. But luckily, Hulk Hogan was finally able to gather the strength from all those people in the crowd and fought back. Marky Xtreme, do you think you could withstand a bear hug from Andre the Giant?
Yeah, and you know what? I'm such a fucking badass that if he tried bear hug me, it'd probably hurt him.
You think so?
Yeah, because my goddamn muscles are so hard that they would probably cut him.
Is that a thing? You can cut people with your muscles now? So do you not need to use weapons no more?
My muscles can.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you grate some cheese with your elbow?
Look at that. Look at that fucking jacked fucking shit.
Well, yeah, I mean it's a big muscle, but can you grate cheese on it?
I can grate cheese. I can fucking make butter. I can fucking heal viruses.
I'd love a glass of butter and a side of cheese right now.
I don't. You're lactose intolerant, and I don't know why you still eat and drink that shit.
Because I'm trying to get tolerant.
That's not how it works, you dumb bitch.
That's what the Museum of Tolerance said too, but then why have it? Why have it? Hogan then was kicked to the outside of the ring and Andre wanted to headbutt him, but Hogan moved out of the way and Andre headbutted the ring post instead. Hogan then tried to go in the ring and capitalize, and then went back out and pulled the mat up off the outside to expose the concrete. Hogan tried to pile drive Andre, but was back body dropped on the concrete instead. Now, at this point, this match is getting really extreme, isn't it, Marky Xtreme?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And then Hogan goes back in the ring, ducks a big boot from Andre the Giant. He clotheslines him, and then Andre collapses. For the first time ever, he's been dropped. Hulk Hogan then grabs Andre the Giant, body slams him. The crowd goes crazy, and then Hogan drops the leg drop. And 1, 2, 3, Hulk Hogan retains his title. One of the most epic matches ever. And he body slammed Andre. Nobody ever body slammed Andre the Giant before. Do you think you could do that?
I know I could because we recreated a similar moment in Backyard Wrestling Entertainment, with Yoko Zubaz, Marky Xtreme versus Yoko Zubaz, who is, I believe, equal or more weight than Andre the Giant. And, so it was hard, and I'm not going to say I did or didn't shit my pants, but I was able to successfully body slam Yoko Zubaz.
Yeah, it took a while.
It took 45 minutes. Who gives a shit? I don't care if the crowd, what they were chanting. I don't care if people were leaving. I finally did it.
I would think most people wouldn't be able to do it with the more tries they did it, but you eventually did. It was a lot of tries. Like you said, it was 45 minutes, and there's some crying. Yoko Zubaz had to go to court. He had a court appointment that he was late for.
I don't give a shit.
It was exciting because it just felt like it was never going to happen, but it finally did.
When you attempt a move in wrestling, you never abandon ship until you've actually completed it.
What's the secret to body slamming your opponent, Marky Xtreme?
Well, Skeeter Skyflyer, I can probably attribute it to taking my daily dose of Marky Xtreme's Talent Enhancement Gummies. Skeeter, everybody listening at home, Marky Xtreme Talent Enhancement Gummies is, the best nutritional supplement on the market today. Don't go taking Ryback's Feed Me More Nutrition, none of that shit, because he claims that all of his ingredients are clean and, no additives or chemicals, but those are the things that get you jacked, baby, and we got all that and more in our Talent Enhancement Gummies, because now we have the Cardona virus vaccine pumped into the Talent Enhancement Gummies, Skeeter. We're attempting to feed these. This is what we're trying to do, okay? We're attempting to feed these to Matt Cardona by putting them in the buttholes of his action figures. And if he disappears, Skeeter, we will know that the Cardona virus and our enhancement gummies works. Ain't that right, Skeeter?
That's right. You're attempting to make worldwide news and curing the world from the Matt Cardona virus. I think it'll be sad because we'll lose Matt Cardona and a bunch of his action figures. But you say it's the best scenario for the world, and it's gonna be a task. We're gonna have to act like ninjas out there, but I think we can get it done.
I think we can get it done too. You thought we were doing good by what we were doing with the Talent Enhancement Gummies before, but wait till we wipe out the Matt Cardona virus. Be sure to get your Marky Xtreme Talent Enhancement Gummies once they are approved by the FDA. It's not officially available yet.
It was the first time in 15 years Andre the Giant had been defeated. Does that mean Hulk Hogan has the power to defeat wrestlers who've been undefeated for 15 years?
Well, I think that most wrestlers that Hulk Hogan was put toe-to-toe with, he could defeat, but he has not faced a certain wrestler, undefeated wrestler, yet, Skeeter Skyflyer.
That's what I'm worried about, is if he has this magical power and you're undefeated for over 15 years, that might mean that Hulk Hogan's coming for you.
Well, I don't think I ever want Hulk Hogan to come for me. In any way, shape, or form, and especially
what if the fans want Hulk Hogan to come for you.
Okay, let me just say this right now. If the fans want Hulk Hogan to come for me, then I will let Hulk Hogan come for me. But we got to do it in front of a big audience, a lot of children, and it's got to be for charity. Because I am also retired, so that's the only way I think that Hulk Hogan, it would make sense for me to let Hulk Hogan come for me. If it's front of kids and also for charity.
I think there needs to be more than that, though. I think there needs to be photographers. I think there need to be people filming this. I think this is WrestleMania worthy. I think WrestleMania should have Hulk Hogan come for you. People taking pictures, people filming it, Make-A-Wish kids there.
Could you imagine
that if a Make-A-Wish kid's dream was for Hulk Hogan to come for you?
Yeah. I mean, that's a spectacle that would be talked about on radio shows and broadcasted on websites, and
Conrad Thompson would probably make an episode about it.
Probably. That thirsty ass bitch. Yeah. Maybe one day.
If Hulk Hogan doesn't come for you, I'm afraid it's just going to bottle up and that maybe it'll just never happen.
Well, I mean, it'll explode into something else, wouldn't it?
I guess, but it just might be too painful at that point.
That's very true. I'm getting a little depressed. I'm getting a little blue thinking about it.
Why are you blue?
I'm a little blue right now, and I'm thinking what could be if Hulk Hogan was to come for me and in front of kids.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I know what happens when Mark Xtreme gets a little blue. Sometimes he bawls. Sometimes it's not a cry, but he bawls a little bit, and it's a hero sadness is how I like to think of it.
Yeah, I bawl when I get blue.
He gets a little bit of the blue balls, and I think that's okay. It happens. There's a way to alleviate it. Just get Hulk Hogan to come for him, and I think the blue balls will go away.
Amen, sister.
After this epic match, Hulk Hogan posed for the crowd. He did all of his signature poses where he did this one, he did this one, he did this one. And then then I guess he has a problem hearing people because then he always goes like, wait, what'd you say? And then they all cheered for him. And then he goes over to the other side of the ring and goes, wait, what'd you say? And then they all cheer for him. Mark Xtreme, how come you don't pose after matches no more?
Because I'm tired. And also, why do I gotta give more to the audience?
Because they love it. You're, like you say, you're jacked and you can make cheese and butter. And don't people want to see that? They're like, oh, there's Mark Xtreme. He did it. Oh, I hope he shows all of his muscles that
I pose enough. What's wrong with my poses?
I just think I'd love to see more personally.
Okay, fucking asshole. What more do I need to give?
Well,
tell me what's wrong with my poses. Walk me through it.
Well, you pose a lot when you come out, which is great.
Yes.
I think that's super fun. You're posing with the
I love that you're analyzing my performance. Continue.
Oh, well, thank you. It's nice to be appreciated. And then during the match, you'll pose. You pose with weapons, and then when you get someone bloody, then you wipe the blood on you, and then you pose covered in blood. But then, by the end, when you win the match, then usually there's a lot of obscenities, and you go, that's it. I don't know what else you want from me. That was 2 hours of greatness. And then you don't pose no more. You don't do nothing. You actually put on more clothes at the end and go like, that's it. It's over. But I think you could just show everything. You show the blood, the sweat, the tears. And it's kind of dark. It's hard to take photos, but I think it'd be great to just pose more.
Well, I'm just going to say, what the fuck do you know?
That's a great question. I don't know. What do I know?
What do you know?
I will get back to you on that and let you know what I know.
Okay.
Marky Xtreme, there's a lot of controversy around this match. Some people like Dave Meltzer's doesn't like it. He doesn't give it many stars at all and says it's just a spectacle and it's not a great wrestling match. Other fans say it's one of the greatest wrestling matches of all time. Where do you put this match?
Well, I think that, although there wasn't weapons, although there wasn't blood, guts, and shit, I think that this match does rank up in the top echelons of one of the best. Because you can't just, let's put Marky Xtreme's master classes in wrestling aside. Let's look at everything else. You can't look at matches and base them just on wrestling quality. It's got to be something more. It's got to be that it factor. It's gotta be have that special sauce, and you gotta, the crowd's gotta feel you, and that I think that although, like I said, like this wasn't a Marky Xtreme masterclass with weapons, blood, guts, and shit. This was this was something special. The energy out there was palatable, and I think that. I think that you just have to look at something like this a little different.
Yeah. And maybe today, everybody's going to look at this match a little bit different. Thanks to you, Marky Xtreme.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome.
So this has been a great episode. Thank you to Dragon Wagon Radio. And be sure to check out other shows on the network like Me, You, and 30 Other Men, where new wrestling fan Alexandra takes a crash course in WWE history by watching every Royal Rumble match in real time alongside with you, the listener, and her lifelong wrestling fan boyfriend, Jake, experiencing countless iconic superstars and Rumble moments for the first time ever.
Can I tell you something, Skeeter? The first time I heard the title, Me, You, 30 Other Men, I thought that it was going to be something else.
What did you think it was going to be?
Gang bang.
What's that?
Google it after this.
You mean use my Bing box?
Oh, shut the fuck up.
You also check out patreon.com/OYM show. Get video and podcast episodes 2 days early. Get the Xtreme watch-alongs where Marky Xtreme and I watch the best wrestling matches together. You can get exclusive t-shirts there, replica BW Championship, and more. In closing, Marky Xtreme, I know what I know. You know what I know?
What?
That you's my best friend in the whole world, and I love you. Toll ride.
Fucking asshole. Everybody stop listening.
Okay, that's the end of the show. Bye, everybody. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. Bye-bye.
Dragon Wagon.